Welcome back into Nashville today. Nan Kelly here with Devin O'Day. Social media Sam standing by. You guys watch The Voice?
I go and watch clips of it because, I don't have cable.
Well, me too. But, my pal Blake Shelton, so, we try to keep up with The Voice, and there's been that's him now texting.
Hey, Blake.
No.
Blake, what happened? I thought you loved me. Blake, what's going on? What's with Sundance? Come on.
That's the voice of Dan Shafer here in Nashville. He was a contestant on The Voice, and we're just going to get to know this man, because you turned quite a few heads. Well, you turned quite a few chairs when they turned around.
Right.
You were saying, of course, Blake chose you.
Yes, ma'am.
And you ended up on Team Blake.
Team Blake.
And when he spun around and he saw you, and you weren't a 19-year-old kid, you were a wonderfully mature man. He was like, "What? You have the voice of a young person." And what is your age anyway, Dan Shafer?
That's right. I don't think age has much to do with it. I think I think as you mature, you have more control over your own body. I think you're not veered towards a lot of other things, and you're really focused on what it is that you'd like to do or want to do. And I think you're more sure of yourself, and just because of your experiences of falling down so many times, you figure what to do, not to do, and you still fall down. But no, when Blake turned around, it was I don't know. I know a lot of folks said I was really humble. I really was, but I was trying to hold back from crying. Really, I was so emotional about it. I even thanked him. I didn't even realize that I thanked him, but I guess I did. But he was just so, I guess, shocked when he saw me.
Well, you had done sessions here in Nashville. How long have you been in Nashville?
We just this is my 20th year.
Your 20th year, and you've done jingles. How many?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I guess my largest ones are like Transformers, Robots in Disguise, BC Powder, that was done here out of South, Aliens 3, the motion picture. I did there was a lot of toy characters out of the Space Marine characters. I did all the Matchbox, Lightning Key cars, just stuff like that I really love doing, because as a vocalist I was able to, be Harry Connick Jr. one day, and another day be Vince Gill, or Robert Plant the next, so, and,
Well, how did you decide, all right, I'm going on The Voice?
Well, that's a good story, I guess. I had a friend of mine who said, Dan, I'd like to start booking you, and I think if you got on The Voice, I'd be able to be a lot easier for me, because I've been with other bands throughout the years, but wanted to kind of separate from that, and he kind of tricked me. He says, hey, this guy's going to do it, and I said, well, if he's doing it, I'm going to do it, and vice versa, but it ended up that he didn't do it, and I did it anyway, so, and then they flew me out for the executives, the auditions directly out to, Los Angeles, and played for the NBC folks, and all of that, so, but I felt it was time. My family, my sons are all grown. We thought that this would be a good time to maybe pick up where the ball, where we dropped the ball last time, and left it rather, and so my wife and I are on the same page. We're, in fact, it's probably the first thing that I've done since then that she's not been with me, so, but I figure, this was the time, and my wife agreed, and even though she felt that, or that they're going to expose our family and all that, all of a sudden you go from 0 to 30 million people, it's just but it was a positive story, and I thought, well, we're not the only ones out there. I'm not the only father who's given up, or mom to give up, whatever to raise your family, or to, especially, my son got ill.
Talk about that.
Sure. Jamie, when Jamie was 11 or 12 years old, I guess it was, I came here, I started working, I worked with individuals here in town, other country artists, and things were just really starting. I started writing for a whole lot of people, and on the Christian side as well as, the country side, but my son Jamie came down with Crohn's disease, and he had a very bad case of it, so not to go into details and all that, but so, at the time SAG, the Screen Actors Guild, was on strike, so I had to get a job that was going to provide insurances, because every time he'd go for Remicade infusions, it was like $15,000, So, and then my wife had to be home with my son, and because he had to go to doctors in the hospital, and Vanderbilt's been so kind to us. I don't know if I'm allowed to say names,
Yes, you are.
but Vanderbilt has been nothing but a blessing to us, and I mean, helpful in times when we couldn't do things. You know, they just but they've been a blessing. But Jamie got ill, and so I kind of put everything on hold until then. You know, and then all of a sudden the voice opportunity came up, and I've had, you know, this was my third time that others have asked me if I'd consider auditioning, and I felt that this was the time. So we went ahead and did so, and God has been good, and here we are. And so
well, I want to hear that. I want to hear that voice that made Blake Shelton spin that chair around.
All right.
Would you sing for us?
Sure.
Okay.
I've got a single out that's on iTunes or whatever, and so I figured, well, I'll play one of those tracks, and something called "Leaving Virginia."
Dan Shafer.
Autumn leaves are leading me from a time and a place I don't want to be. They helped to set me free. She said she'd be mine till the end of time. You know, she stole my heart. It was all in vain. It caused so much pain. She couldn't see where I was coming from, and you know it just ain't right. My God, she wouldn't let him in. No, now without a fight, I'm leaving Virginia behind me. She's so blinded to what makes me see. I'm leaving Virginia behind me. I'm not the kind of man, no, she wants me to be. What a life we could have had. We had the best of times, but they're gone now. They flew by somehow, but now I'm moving on. Gotta stay strong, make a memory. Yeah, I gotta start again, and Lord willing I can. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't give in, just couldn't fall in love. I couldn't trade the love that made me for a love that just won't grow. I'm leaving Virginia behind me. She's so blinded to what makes me see. I'm leaving Virginia behind me. I'm not the kind of man, no, she wants me to be. I can't sit around here feeling sorry for myself. I can't get caught up in that lie. No, time won't wait on the weary, my friend. I'm gonna get up and say my goodbyes. Say my goodbyes. Oh, she couldn't see where I was coming from. You know it just ain't right, baby. My God, she wouldn't let him in. Now without a fight, I'm leaving Virginia behind me. She's so blinded to what makes me see. I'm leaving Virginia behind me. I'm not the kind of man, no, she wants me to be. I'm leaving Virginia behind me. Lord knows I'll never be, no.
Now, my friend, my goodness. We're going to come back and visit with Dan and maybe